Accel-KKR, a global investment firm, is set to acquire a majority stake in Indian logistics firm Rivigo for $1.5 billion. Rivigo is a tech startup in India that operates a freight and logistics platform, which tracks and manages shipments and ensures that drivers are available at all times and trucks are as fully loaded as possible. The platform also automatically rotates drivers so that they can get enough rest and see their family while the trucks keep moving. Rivigo owns its own fleet of trucks while also operating a freight marketplace, which separates it from competitors that serve purely as an aggregator. The company has raised around $300 million in funding till date with a valuation near the $1 billion mark. The acquisition by KKR is expected to help Rivigo expand its network and tech infrastructure in the country. Reported on August 2, 2023, Greylock Partners leads $50 million investment in cybersecurity startup. According to a Reuters article, venture capital firms are increasingly finding homes outside of downtown San Francisco, including in the Presidio, a national park. The Presidio has long attracted nonprofit organizations and entertainment firms, and now venture capital firms are citing the amenities and beautiful surroundings of the urban national park as the #1 reason for locating there. This move could have implications for the broader tech industry, as venture capital firms usually help form a gravity center for startup founders and communities. Since the 1990s internet boom, venture capital firms have physically clustered in hotspots that are close to startup founders, including Sand Hill Road in Silicon Valley and South Park in downtown San Francisco. In 2022, startups captured about 35% of all U.S. venture capital funding in the San Francisco Bay Area. Sequoia Capital leads $50 million funding round for Indian edge startup. Sequoia Capital has led a $50 million funding round for Indian edge startup Unacademy. The funding round was part of a Series D funding round and also included participation from Rivigo Capital, Nexus Venture Partners, and Bloom Ventures. Unacademy is an online education startup that provides courses and tutorials for students preparing for competitive exams in India. The company has raised a total of $90 million in funding. In addition to Unacademy, Sequoia India is also planning to invest over $50 million in K-12 Techno Services, another edge startup that provides a variety of services to educational institutions and also manages them. K-12 Techno Services have also raised $75 million in previous funding rounds. GGV Capital leads $100 million funding round for Chinese autonomous driving startup. Accel-KKR, a technology-focused private equity firm, announced on January 5, 2023, that its portfolio company, Planet DDS, had acquired Cloud9 software for an undisclosed amount. Cloud9 software is a provider of cloud-based dental software. The acquisition is expected to help Planet DDS expand its offerings and strengthen its position in the dental software market. Minlo Ventures leads $50 million funding round for Indian fintech startup. Accel-KKR has made several other acquisitions and investments in software companies in recent years, including, in March 2023, Loftware, a provider of enterprise labeling and artwork management solutions, secured a significant growth equity investment from Accel-KKR. Springbrook Software, in January 2020, Accel-KKR completed the carve-out acquisition of Springbrook Software, a provider of cloud-based solutions to governments. In June 2023, Symphonia, a provider of business-critical FMS/ERP/payroll/HCM software to SMEs, announced a buyout equity investment from Accel-KKR as part of its accelerated growth plans. Team Software, in September 2021, Workwave, an Accel-KKR portfolio company, announced its acquisition of Team Software, a provider of software solutions for the cleaning, janitorial, and security industries. In July 2023, Johnson Controls announced its acquisition of FM Systems, a provider of cloud-based workplace management software, with the support of Accel-KKR. Minlo Ventures leads $50 million funding round for Indian fintech startup. Battery Ventures leads $50 million funding round for Indian SaaS startup. 5AM Ventures leads $50 million funding round for biotech startup. Lightspeed Venture Partners leads $50 million funding round for Indian SaaS startup. Lightspeed India Partners led a $50 million Series C funding round for Accel-KKR, an Indian SaaS startup, as reported on October 4, 2023. The funding round was also participated in by Onset Venture Partners, which had previously invested $75.7 million in Accel-KKR. The funding will be used to expand Accel-KKR's product offerings and accelerate its growth in the U.S. and other international markets. Accel-KKR provides a data observability platform that helps enterprises manage their data pipelines and ensure data quality and reliability. The platform uses machine learning and AI to detect anomalies and provide real-time alerts and recommendations to data engineers and analysts. The Wesley Group leads $50 million funding round for electric vehicle charging startup. Nexus Venture Partners leads $50 million funding round for Indian SaaS startup. Onset Ventures leads $50 million funding round for ICE startup. Blackstone acquires majority stake in Indian edge startup for $1.3 billion. Blackstone, a private equity firm, has acquired a majority stake in Simply Earn, an Indian edge startup, for $250 million. Simply Earn is headquartered in Bangalore and San Francisco and operates an online boot camp to help people learn new skills. The startup has helped more than 2 million professionals and 2,000 companies across 150 countries, including Facebook, Microsoft, and Amazon. Simply Earn was last valued at $80 million in its 2016 Series C funding round and had raised about $34.4 million prior to the acquisition. The acquisition is Blackstone's first private equity investment in Asia in a consumer technology company. Simply Earn's management team believes that Blackstone can add significant value to the company because of their scale, commitment to building businesses, and global network, which will enable Simply Earn to develop partnerships with businesses and universities as it continues to expand around the world. Index Ventures led a $50 million Series B funding round for Weaviate, an iNative vector database, as reported on October 6, 2023. Lightspeed India Partners led a $50 million Series C funding round for Accel-KKR, an Indian SaaS startup, as reported on October 4, 2023. M12, Microsoft's venture fund, and More Strategic Ventures led a $50 million series of funding round for Hidden Layer, an enterprise security startup, as reported on September 19, 2023. Precision care startup Rivigo launched with $50 million in funding, as reported on September 25, 2023. Hippocratic Eye received $50 million in seed financing from General Catalyst and Andreessen Horowitz, as reported on May 16, 2023.